For the right Cun, how do you know when it's a lung condition or large intestine? And same for the left Cun, how do you know when it's heart or small intestine?
We differentiate it by the qi. By the qi means by the name of the meridian. So what's the meridian of large intestine? Yangming. So Yangming, the pulse is floating. So floating and short. So if the right Cun is like this, that's Yangming, that's the large intestine. And what's the name of the long meridian? Taiyin. So what's the definition of Taiyin? Taiyin means dampness, but lung is Jin. So if you want to have a good lung, means a good respiratory system, this pulse should be forceful both in superficial and the deep level. All very strong. Most of the time, only this one, the right Cun, is floating, but you press down a little bit, then it become very weak. Sometimes it become very empty. That means the lung is deficient. If the right Cun is a little bit floating, not too superficial, not too deep, and pretty much forceful at each level, then that's the lung is good. So, but lung is in the lower part of the respiratory system, so we must add this one. 这个叫做什么? What do you call it? Yang Wei. Remember? Yang Wei pulse is for the respiratory system, for the lung, yes. So if it's short and superficial, very superficial, then it will be the large intestine. The harder, the worse. If it's deep, a little bit deep, but it's strong, then the lung, and it's the lung. If it's too deep, then there's too much phlegm. So simple. So a good respiratory system should be, the pulse should be evenly forceful on a superficial and deep level. Huh? Same thing. Left Cun is 小肠 and heart. 小肠, what's the small intestine? 太阳. So what's the 太阳 pulse? That's right, huh? The left hand side, 太阳 is long and big. So this we call the rainbow pulse on the left Cun is the 小肠. So what's the pulse of a heart? Hook. Hook pulse is something like this. So if you feel pulse like this, there's heart problem. If something like this, the small intestine. We differentiate the pulse by their qi. So you can go back and take a look at my 6 qi pulses. That will give you a little idea.
They're asking if you can also do the right and left Guan positions. Huh? Right and left Guan.
Yeah.
If you can explain how do you find spleen and stomach?
Oh. Yeah, same thing. The name of our meridian is not just a symbol. It means a lot of things. So, for example, Pi, what's Pi? Is Taiyin, right? Zhu Taiyin, Pi. Stomach is Yangming. It's same thing. Yangming and Taiyin, same thing on the right Cun. Very deep, then spleen deep. Very superficial is stomach problems. And if something like this appear on the right Guan, this is surely is a short pulse, right? A short pulse and superficial, that's weight. That's definitely stomach. But in our system, I mean, when we do the treatment or study Chinese medicine, the definition Pi really doesn't mean that organ. It means its function, the function of all the digestion system. So when the digestion is full of dampness, we call the spleen weak spleen. Why we have this dampness in our stomach? Because we eat too much, we drink too much soft drinks, ice cream, Coke, and all those things put damp heat in the refrigerator, in the stomach. My shifu, I have a shifu too, you know. My shifu called it refrigerator disease. Problem coming from the icebox. Everybody drinks and eats things directly from the refrigerator and without microwave a little bit. Everything is freezing cold when they eat or drink. That causes problem in the spleen. That causes dampness. That's all? Left Guan. Oh yeah, same thing. Left Guan is liver and gallbladder, right? So what's a gallbladder? Dan, Shaoyang. So if it's like this, it's Shaoyang. Liver is wiry. It's wiry, but not too strong. A normal liver should be wiry, but soft, and the jump is very gentle. If when it becomes big and strong, then the gallbladder is kick in. It has kicked in, so it causes too much fire. Gallbladder also is wood. Shaoyang. Liver is wood too. So there are two wood together. They create bigger fire on the right guan. So the point is, the left guan should be wiry, but not too jumpy and too thick. That's the point. If it's too jumpy and too big, then you might want to consider this gallbladder. Then you want to treat the problem with liver. Don't just focus on using my liver detox. You might want to use some kind of like a 龙胆泻肝汤, and the gallbladder for the 大柴胡汤 or 阴沉蒿汤 to clear the liver fire. And that works better. And sometimes, since there's a liver is on fire, we might want to cool it down by using 加味逍遥散. Put them all together, the digestion system will back to normal very soon.